Hello and welcome again to another episode of One Starfish, where our mission is to change the world one person or one starfish at a time. As always, guys, make sure to rate, review, subscribe, share. That's how we get the word out, all that stuff. I love the reviews. I'm excited for our guest today. Josh is in Texas. I'm in Texas while I'm recording this. He's in network marketing, professional network marketer, in his words. Started about 6 years ago. This is what he does full time and loves helping change people's lives. Family guy, all of the good stuff. So thanks so much for being on the show, Josh.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Well, let's dig into stuff because, to become successful in network marketing, we were talking before, obviously it takes a lot of hard work and
Yes.
a drive. And let's talk about what got you into what you're doing. What did you do before?
Mhm.
And then, you were talking about some of the transitions from like just making some whiskey money to like wanting to
Yeah.
change people's lives.
Yeah, I've always been in a form of retail, whether it's retail banking, the banking world, financial world, and or just retail leadership as a whole with big box retail, specifically Best Buy for two different trips of my career. So I've always been face to face with people. I've always been in a position to where I can solve people's problems and help them, whether it's financially or through technology as well. So getting into this space through a product, health and wellness, was something brand new to me. It was a way I've never impacted people's lives. So that was kind of like, hey, this is cool, great product, and I can still impact people's lives. But also, like you said initially, a little bit extra whiskey money and date money as well too.
That's awesome. So you started your transition. What are some things that have, guess given you a rise in your career? I mean, network marketing is a big thing. A lot of people do it just for part-time income, and it's
Correct.
incredible to be able to do that. But you've made it your actual like whole everything. So what do you feel is the separator between that and someone that just wants to make, $1,000 here and there?
Yeah, I'd say a couple different things is consistency and constantly showing up for the people that watch you, even the silent watchers. Having systems in place to really help both yourself, your business partners in this profession, as well as also your clients as well too, because you can navigate and be part-time in this business, but still have a tremendous amount of success if you have systems to plug people into.
So what are some of the things that you've had to overcome? Stereotypes or,
Yeah.
that would be a good one. I think that you're already laughing. So let's
Yeah.
start on that. Like, what are some of the stereotypes? Pyramid scheme we talked about before.
Yeah.
What are some stereotypes? Let's help people with network marketing.
Yeah. I would say there's just a huge stigma. And I don't know, I've only been in this space for 6 years, but I know previously when you sit down, you go to like an introduction meeting at like a hotel in a conference room, and you just get pitched on a business, whatever that business is, right? And then they tell you take out like a piece of paper, write down 50 names. Let's call these people together today. I guess that's like the old school mentality of network marketing. Because so many people are burned from that. And that's all they know about network marketing, but it's evolved tremendously with obviously online. So you have Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, all these different places where you can build genuine relationships and be able to actually truly help people out. So I guess the stigma around, hey, it's a pyramid scheme. Hey, it's fraud. Hey, you're not a business owner, but there is entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship, which collectively come together, kind of what this business model is. And you are your own boss as well, too. So I guess at the end of the day, it's the stigma of and or just it's a pyramid scheme. Everyone thinks it's a pyramid scheme, but then I said this to you already, but when you challenge them, say, hey, walk me through your corporate structure. Or if I look at where I was on my corporate structure, as my organizational chart and my last place of business, I can see how many people down I was from the CEO. It showed me, hey, who I reported to, that person, that person, that person. It was literally just a pyramid, organizational structure for leadership as well too. So it's the same thing. I make less than this person. I make less than this person. But I think also at the same time, a lot of companies have evolved and changed their pay structure as well. So I tell people also, hey, it's an inverted pyramid now, meaning we are paid more on overall acquisition and retention of customers versus just calling your mom, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin and trying to recruit them into the business and them do absolutely nothing for you,
Right.
if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. I love that. So, through recruiting, what are some things that you have found? Because you do obviously recruit people to help
Mhm.
sell the product and make a bigger impact. What are some
Correct.
tips that you would give someone in a recruiting model that have helped you? You mentioned consistency. Consistency on what?
Mhm.
That have helped you build, recruit and build people, I guess. And
Yeah.
how has that been, that whole leadership and all that good stuff?
So I guess consistency is a couple different facets in this specific business model or just in life as a whole. It's showing up day in and day out on the platforms where you choose to do business and build the relationships for people, whether it's for your clients that are consuming the product or service that you have to offer, or it's your business partners as well too. So just like any other leader with throughout any organization, corporate organization, personal business, whatever it looks like, we're constantly evolving and growing, whether it's reading books, doing podcasts, all that good stuff as well too. So we take in and we take in all this content we consume from a growth perspective, and we still want to pour in to our team and our customers as well too. So it's consistency around showing up day in and day out, both for clients as well as also the people on your team, your business partners, and then making sure you're helping them grow as well too. Because a lot of these people, like you said, they want to do it just part-time, so they may not have a big time investment. So you still want to do one-on-one trainings, group trainings, all that good stuff to make sure they have the specific tools to set them and their customers up for success.
That makes total sense. And now, were you married when you got into this? And
No.
if not, how did that transpire? Curious.
So my first business partner actually is my fiance. I literally forced her into the business. I did not give her an option. I said, hey, you're going to be the first person. We were kind of just started dating, I guess you could say. Like we went for a year of just talking and hanging out to then dating. I said, hey, I'm gonna jump on this opportunity. I met up with my friend at the Galleria Mall here in Dallas. I said, hey, I'm gonna jump on this opportunity, and you're gonna be the first person that's gonna sign up with me, both as a customer and also a business partner. And she's she does this full time as well too. She's a retired nurse that's specifically dealt with adolescents and women detoxing. So she was a full-time detox nurse. She was a full-time student at the time. So she also picked it up. So I put something else on her plate without her even really saying yes. And she actually was able to take this and run with it much faster than me and was able to retire from this business by only doing it for 2 years and stepped away from school and nursing and did this full-time. So I'd
That worked out
say
good for her. Good
yeah.
chance she took.
Yeah. So she was my first person to come into business with me without really wanting to come into business with me.
Well, we always talk about, if you are in network marketing, to recruit your partner. So
Yeah.
I think that's really key. What are some other hurdles that you've had to overcome? And what have you done to build structures for that
Mhm.
consistency that have helped you, overcome the challenges and move forward on a consistent basis?
Yeah. So I was still, up until 2 years ago, I was still a W-2 employee, worked full time at a very high capacity role within my company that demanded both a lot of energy, effort, and time. Working 50 to 70-hour work weeks, I got promoted. I scaled back on working this business and really concentrated on my W-2 business. But we still had systems in place. I think the number one thing, and will be moving forward, anyone should look for if they're looking to join a network marketing company, is whoever you're joining with, not just the company, but the person who's going to be your sponsor, your leader, whoever. The verbiage is different with everyone. You really got to dial in and interview them around their systems because of the systems we have in place. That's what allowed me to kind of step away and still build momentum in the business. But she's amazing with systems. She can just see a system from the beginning to end, and then we just roll it out to everyone. We coach it and train it out both to customers as well as also our business partners as well too.
That's awesome. So systems are very important.
Yes.
What are some systems that you have tried that have failed?
Oh man, we've used many. We actually rolled out our own app this year. We designed it. It's a huge investment to do, and we just couldn't get everyone on board. Trying to migrate everything from Facebook over to our app. I mean, it was it's probably about a $40,000 investment that went south really fast, but it was a huge learning experience for us because we were trying to get away from Facebook, which is free for everyone. I mean, as Arte members, we see the value in it, right? Facebook groups. And that's how we initially built our business, but we wanted to migrate away from there. And we're like, oh, well, I guess we're getting pulled right back over because what we're doing isn't working out for our business, both for our business partners, but more importantly for our clients and customers who keep us in business as well, too. So that was a
It is.
expensive lesson learned, both from a development perspective and working with that company, but also trying to migrate everything over as well, too. So I'd say that's been probably the biggest learning curve that we've had so far in our business is going to be trying to create and roll out your own app.
Okay, well, that's good. So if anyone's listening, maybe look into the app before you do it a little bit more. It might not work for you.
Yes.
It might, but it might not. So,
Yeah.
learn from this or reach out to Josh and ask some questions before you go
Yeah.
invest a whole
I
bunch
feel
of
like I'm a
money.
professional when it comes to apps now. Like, yes, do this. No, don't do this. I still can't design them. That's not my forte. That's not my niche. But I can tell you yes or no if what your vision is probably going to work or not work, and then how much are you willing to spend as well too is the next thing.
I love that. That's yeah. Where are you willing to go with that? So where do you see your vision for the next 5 to 10 years? What's your goal with your business?
So the beauty about this business in this space is it opens up so many avenues. So I've been a part of three mastermind groups since being in this space. So I've grown tremendously over time. My network has expanded. I've networked with a lot of people and new opportunities have opened, like investment opportunities and things like that. So something I didn't share with you that you might have seen maybe in our Arte group is I just got into real estate investing probably almost 4 months ago, and I just am actually closing out my third deal today.
Cool.
So being in the space has allowed me to open up opportunities and doors to other pieces of business that without this business model, I probably never would have had access to those people to introduce me to other people, say, hey, look, here's the opportunity. Are you interested? So I'd say 5 to 10 years. My goal specifically for this year is to have 15 to 20 doors cash flowing for me by end of 2024, even though I'm fresh, brand new, completely green in the real estate space. Then after that is just really just building up a real estate portfolio as like my new side hustle, but still counting and doing solely on our network marketing professional business as well too, and bringing as many people into this space to show them that, hey, it is different now. There's tons of opportunity, and it's a multi-billion-dollar space that's just people are willing to spend money, and because either A, they want to make money, and or B, they want to find a product or a service that can help them and their family and their friends as well too. So it's just continuously scaling our business tenfold, 100 times fold, probably if we're talking 10 years. So that's what I would say.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit. I know you're in keto, but a little bit more. Tell us
Yes.
a little bit about what your business is and why you're so passionate about it.
Yeah. So the product itself, so I've worked out, I think I've been working out for like 14 or 15 years now religiously. So I've always been big into like pre-workouts. Like that's my thing. If you go to the gym, the majority of people now all take pre-workouts full of stims and caffeine and all sorts of blood pumping stuff and all sorts of ingredients, right? Not exactly the best for us, but we love it. Not gonna lie, I still take some as well too. And not the healthiest probably, but hey, we still take it because we're trying to, get that edge on our workout and continuously outperform ourselves. Well, this specific product initially when it was introduced to me, that's what I utilized it for, was as a pre-workout that I could kind of get away from those like higher stim pre-workouts. So it's exogenous ketone supplementation, meaning it still puts you in a state of ketosis. It's temporary. It's not nutritional through like eating the correct foods, the correct amount of foods, and all that good stuff. So you still get the benefits of being in nutritional ketosis, meaning like fat loss, focus, energy, mood, muscle preservation, things like that. Um, Sorry, I'm about to have a 3-year-old run through my office door, maybe. I don't know. So you get all of that by taking the product. And again, everyone's body operates differently. So it could be 4 hours of benefits or it could be 8 hours of benefits. But typically we coach on 2 packs a day. That's all you need every single day.
Awesome. Oh, I've never actually, so it's funny. What does the benefits of pre-workout do for you?
So it's usually
I've
blood
never used
flow.
pre-workout. I
Yeah.
don't know.
So if you've never used it, start off with like a quarter to a half scoop because a full serving size, depending on what your how sensitive you are to caffeine, really depends on how much you should be consuming first and foremost. Because you have ones that have 100 milligrams of caffeine. I think the highest I've seen recently is like 650 milligrams of caffeine per serving. But you have
Really?
DMAA, which you have just all these crazy legal ingredients, or if FDA deems them not legal anymore, they change it by like one molecule when they design it and release it again and make it legal for the time being, basically. It's
What's
just,
the,
it
what's the
just,
advantage of it? What is it? It's funny. I've never asked someone, like,
yeah.
what does it do besides like hype you up? Does it actually give you a better workout? Like, does it actually benefit your workout, or does it just make you more energy
It's
for the
energy, but
workout?
also a lot of them help with blood flow as well too. Depending on what's in it as well, has like an intra workout boost and or like repair mechanism as well too. I mean, they're all made differently, but the majority of people it's going to be for energy and pump. 9 times out of 10,
For energy and what?
energy and pump,
Oh, okay. Well,
extra blood flow
worried
going
about
get into
that.
the muscles instead of just
I
like
just
sitting
wonder
in
if
the
it,
muscle,
yeah, if
like
it,
trying to push through.
okay, so it can kind of make you go faster. I don't know, feel
What's that
bigger.
movie? What's that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Was it Longer, Faster, Harder, or something like that? When they came out and
Okay.
released the movie with him, like
Always wondered because I've never really asked. I'm like, all these people take that. And I'm just like, I don't take anything really supplemental of like anything. And
yeah,
so everything is pretty much all natural. And
yeah.
so like I don't drink coffee, I don't drink alcohol, I don't do a lot of stuff. It's funny, I went from like major drinking to like doctors like, what do you do? I'm like, I don't drink. Do you just smoke? No. Do you drink coffee? No. Do you like do you do drugs? No. Like, what do you do? I'm like, I don't know.
I breathe, I live life, and I enjoy life. I have fun. That's what I do.
That's awesome. I love it. So, if you were chatting with someone and they were just starting to get into, they were looking at avenues, and network marketing is a really, I want to say easy avenue, but there's a lot of options out there. You
Yes.
said to look at, the person, look at the systems. What are some other things that you would say to someone that's just getting started that, could help them be successful? Like, if someone gets started in your business, because you have lots
Yeah.
of people that do that, what would you say to them is like, what's the deciding factor besides someone that actually makes it and doesn't?
I think it's finding a product and service you're passionate about and can stand behind. Like for me, for instance, if I was to go to another company, which I'm not, I'm very happy with where I'm at. But I would look for a product or service that I'm willing to give to my grandmother, basically. If I can stand behind that product and service and take that product or service or use that service and be willing to offer it to my grandmother, that's where I want to be with. That's the company I want to align with. So once I find that product or service, the alignment's going to be there. Then, like you said, it's the next part is the person who I want to join with to make sure they have the right tools in place to set both myself and my customers up for success.
That's so good. I love that. And I think that is definitely key. I talk to people all the time. They're like, I don't know, I've never succeeded. I'm like, well, what have you done? And they're like, whatever they've done. You could just tell like they don't care. I'm like, I
Yeah,
couldn't sell that either. Like, I can't sell lotions and potions. I always tell people that because like I don't wear any of it. I don't do any of
yeah,
it. I don't like I can't sell something I don't believe in. Like,
yep. You got to
um,
be a product. You got to be a product of the product or be a product of the service that you have to offer people to solve a problem.
yeah, I think that's a huge one. Awesome. So in wrapping up, I always ask three final questions and then anything that we didn't touch on that you think our listeners should definitely know.
Yeah.
The first and final question is if someone's looking for their purpose, what's one sentence you could say that could help them find it?
Ooh, they're looking for their purpose. I would say, a lot of people talk about I am statements. I would say reverse engineer an I am statement, I think is the best way to try to find purpose because you can have like I am statements all day long, but if you reverse engineer and kind of work from the back end of the statement to the front, I think you'd be able to find your purpose.
Awesome. I love that. Second question, what's a favorite quote and why?
Oh my goodness. There's too many. Oh, I was not expecting this question. So thanks. I listened to obviously Andy Frisella. I just listened to him this morning, listen every single day. Ed, Jocko, let's see. I think recently what's really resonated with me just because the passing of one of my best friends is today's a good day to have a good day. I'd say just currently right now, which resonates with me and like my little girl, it's so funny because she like she keeps asking about her. She's like, hey, she told me the other day, say, hey, we gotta go to the airport. I said, what do you mean? She goes, we gotta go to the airport, pick up Jessie Lee. I said, go to the airport. How did you know she was at the airport? She's like, well, she hasn't been here for a while. We gotta go pick her up. I'm like, oh man, how do you explain to a 3-year-old like her aunt passed away and she's not here anymore yet? So so today's a good day to have a good day, basically, is kind of like the mantra right now with me personally. That's just really stuck out because we have kind of going off topic, we have these tiles that go down our entire hallway of our home. Like what are they called? Mixed tiles, whatever. And there's 4 pictures of her with my daughter Charlie in the hallway, and that's the first thing Charlie sees every day. It wasn't intentional because we do it by year. So
So
she just walks out,
how do
she
you
can
know
see.
Jesse Lee?
It's one of my best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've known
How
her
did
for
you
like
guys meet?
at the gym. in Frederick, Maryland, if you're
Oh,
familiar with
wow.
that area.
That's so cool. Such a small world. I didn't
Yes.
know her about her until Ed's podcast, and then I kind
Uh-huh.
of started following her, and then she passed away, and is an angel. Um,
Yep.
and she just looks like an amazing person. And now I see friends that are like, I know her. I'm like, how did I not know this person?
Yeah.
I feel like this is someone that people should have known.
Yeah. That's
So,
who got me into this company and into this space. She
okay.
tried to get me with her last company as well too. And I was like, nah, I'm good. But then once I actually got to experience the product, that's why I said yes. I
So
said
she
yes
was
to
in the
her
same company
and the
you are.
product. Hmm. She was my
Cool.
sponsor, my upline, my business partner, whatever people want to call it.
That's why
Yep.
you were, wow, that's so cool. Wow, small world.
Yes.
What was the quote? Live today is the best
Today's
day.
a good day to have a good day.
It's a good day to have a good day. I love that.
Yep.
All right. And this kind of ties into that. Third and final question is, what's one word or sentence you want on your gravestone?
Oh, just say yes.
Yes. Wow. That's
Just
a good
say
one.
yes.
All right.
I think
Steve.
we're presented personally. The reason why is I think we're presented with so much opportunities, and we're so programmed to be scared and or say no that when you start to finally just say yes and just not think about the potential outcome, you usually succeed at whatever it is you're trying to do.
Yeah. Most people say no first. Um,
Yeah.
so if you ran into someone in the street and they're like, hey, Josh, that was awesome. Learning about network marketing, it's not a pyramid because they're illegal. And, consistency, all that kind of stuff. What's something we didn't touch on that you think we really should that would be impactful for our listeners?
No, I think I hit all the right bullet points. Systems, you got to be systematized, whether it's your personal life and business as well. Those run hand in hand because you can't have one without the other. Interviewing the person you want to join, having a product that you can stand behind, be passionate about product and service. I think I covered everything that someone would need to know around that space to join a business today, personally.
Awesome. I love that. All right, guys. Well, make sure to follow Josh. I'm sure you can reach out if you have any questions on anything we've talked about or anything we didn't talk about that you want to know about. We'll have all his information in the show notes. So thank you so much for being on. Guys, let's go out there.
Absolutely.
Let's change one life or one starfish at a time. If we can change one life at a time together, we can change the world.